you are exhausted. And the strange part is you cannot fully explain why. You are handling your responsibilities. You are showing up. But underneath all of it, there is this low, constant hum, a tension that never fully goes away. One unexpected text ruins your morning. One offhand comment from a coworker loops in your head for 3 days. A small change in your plans sends your entire nervous system into chaos. You are living on defense, and you have been doing it for so long that it feels normal. It is not normal, and it is not permanent. It is just a lack of training. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire in the known world. He faced plagues that killed millions, wars on every border, betrayal from people he trusted completely. By any modern measure, the man should have been destroyed by stress. But he is not remembered for breaking down. He is remembered for a calm so deep, it reads almost like a superpower. He did not have an easy life. He had a trained mind. And today I want to share 11 lessons from his private journals that can start building that same mind in you. Lesson 1. Stop fighting battles in territory you do not own. Marcus wrote it plainly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Most of your daily suffering comes from trying to control things that were never yours to control. What your boss thinks, what the economy does, how other people behave. You exhaust yourself fighting in territory that does not belong to you. The moment you pull your energy back inside the border of your own responses, your own effort, your own interpretation, the world loses most of its power to harm you. Lesson 2. Make your obstacles work for you. He wrote that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The Stoic does not just survive adversity. The Stoic uses it. That difficult person at work is not a punishment. That failure is not a verdict. They are both material. Fire does not destroy gold. It removes everything that was never gold to begin with. Lesson 3. Stop complaining entirely. Every time you complain, you are confirming to your own mind that you are powerless. Marcus gave himself a simple rule. If something is endurable, endure it without commentary. If it is not endurable, that situation will end on its own. Either way, the complaining adds nothing. Strip the emotional noise and you are left with facts. Facts can be dealt with, but stories cannot. Lesson 4. Bring your mind back to right now. You are not anxious about what is in front of you. You are anxious because you are carrying tomorrow's weight with today's energy. Marcus warned against letting the entire panorama of your life press down on you at once. You only ever have to survive this moment. When you confine your attention to the immediate step in front of you, you will always find you have exactly enough to take it. Lesson 5. Expect people to be flawed. Marcus started every morning reminding himself that the people he would encounter would be difficult, dishonest, and frustrating. Not because he was cynical, because he was protected. When you anticipate the imperfection of people, their bad behavior stops being a surprise. You see it coming, you nod, and you move on untouched. Lesson 6. You must separate the facts from the story. Losing a job is a fact. The mental spiral that follows is a story you wrote. Marcus trained himself to strip away the adjectives and the emotional weight from events and look only at what was actually true. When you do that, you almost always find that the raw facts are manageable. It is never the situation that breaks you. It is the narrative you build around it. Lesson 7. Build a refuge inside yourself. Marcus understood that wherever you go, you bring your mind with you. The only sanctuary that works is the one you build inside. Silence, stillness, a daily practice of sitting with your thoughts without running from them. When you have that inner space, no environment can take your calm away. Lesson 8. Let go of what other people think. Marcus found it genuinely puzzling that people love themselves more than anyone else, yet worry far more about the opinions of others than about their own judgment. Validation from people who barely know themselves is one of the most unstable foundations you can build an identity on. Let them judge. Their opinion is just air. It has no weight unless you voluntarily carry it. Lesson 9. Stop preparing and start becoming. He wrote one of the most direct commands in the history of self-improvement. Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one. Mental strength is not something you accumulate by reading about it. It is something you practice in the ordinary moments when no one is watching. How you respond when someone insults you. Whether you quit when the work gets hard. Your character is built entirely from what you actually do. Lesson 10. Rise to the duty of being alive. Marcus had every luxury available to him as emperor. He still woke up every morning and asked himself what he was put here to do. He reminded himself that comfort was not the purpose. Action was. You were not built for endless rest. You were built to execute a purpose, to do useful work, to overcome resistance. Discipline is not the enemy of enjoyment. It is the foundation of a life you can actually respect. Lesson 11. Let death clarify everything. He wrote that you could leave life right now, and that this fact should determine what you do and say and think. Memento mori is not a dark practice. It is the most clarifying lens available to a human being. When you hold your current problem next to the reality of your own mortality, most of it dissolves immediately. The grudge you are holding, the approval you are chasing, the conversation you keep postponing. Death reminds you that your time is the only currency that cannot be earned back. Spend it accordingly. Marcus Aurelius did not write these lessons to sound wise to an audience. He wrote them alone, in military camps, in the middle of the night, fighting to keep his own mind intact. He was not teaching, he was training, and that is exactly what these 11 lessons are. Not philosophy to admire, a practice to embody, one ordinary moment at a time.